Welcome to Lesson 2 of Month 5. In this lesson we'll get clear on what Microsoft Entra ID is, and how devices get an identity in it. Most of your future tickets at Tier 2 will start with one question: how is this device joined? Answer that, and you'll know which console to open and what you can actually fix. Let's start with the name. Microsoft Entra ID is just the new name for Azure Active Directory. Same tenant, same accounts, same tokens, only the branding changed. This is where your users' accounts live, where their sign-ins are checked, and where conditional access decides whether a sign-in is allowed. The big shift from classic on-prem Active Directory is that identity now lives in the cloud, and devices can register themselves with it. So why do we care about a device having an identity? A device identity is simply a record of that device in Entra ID. Once that record exists, you can target the device with policy, you can see it in reports, and conditional access can insist that only a managed, compliant device gets to reach your data. Without that identity, you have very little visibility and very little control. The first join type is Entra registered. This is your bring your own device scenario. The device is personal, the user owns it, and they simply add their work account to get email or apps. Think phones, home PCs, contractor laptops. Because the company doesn't own the hardware, your management is limited. You can protect the work account and data, but you can't treat the whole machine as corporate. The second type is Entra joined. This is a corporate-owned device joined straight to the cloud, with no on-prem Active Directory in the picture at all. These are normally managed by Intune, so you can push policy, reset, or wipe them. Entra joined is the modern target state. It's where most organizations want their new devices to land. The third type is Entra hybrid joined. As the name suggests, the device is joined to both worlds on-prem Active Directory and Entra ID at the same time. You see this a lot in companies still migrating to the cloud. They keep group policy and access to on-prem servers, but they layer Entra and Intune on top. A handy rule of thumb: personal is registered, cloud-only corporate is joined, and still tied to on-prem is hybrid joined. When a user signs in on an Entra joined or hybrid joined device, Entra hands out a primary refresh token, or PRT. At a high level, the PRT proves this user on this device, and it lets the machine quietly grab tokens for apps and sites without prompting again. That's what gives you single sign-on. So when single sign-on suddenly breaks across many apps at once, a missing or broken PRT should be near the top of your suspect list. Here's your go-to command on Windows: dsregcmd /status. Open a command prompt and run dsregcmd/status. Look at the device state section. If Azure AD join says yes and domain join says no, you've got an Entra joined, cloud-only device. If both say yes, it's hybrid joined. And if Azure AD PRT says yes, you've confirmed there's a primary refresh token present. This one command tells you almost everything about the device's identity. You can confirm the same thing from the cloud side. Go to the Entra Admin Center, then Devices, then All Devices, pick the device, and read its join type. Those same devices appear in Intune, where you'll also see compliance and assigned policies. And remember the practical point: join type sets the ceiling on what you can fix. A registered BYOD device gives you little control, while an Entra joined device under Intune lets you push policy, wipe, or reset. Let's recap. Entra ID is Microsoft's cloud identity service. Formerly Azure AD devices get an identity through one of three join types: Entra registered for personal BYOD, Entra joined for cloud-only corporate, and Entra hybrid joined when on-prem AD is still in play. The PRT powers single sign-on. For your task, on a Windows device, run dsregcmd/status and read the join type from Azure AD joined and domain joined, and check whether Azure AD PRT is yes. Then open the Entra Admin Center, go to Devices, All Devices, find that same device, and confirm the join type matches. Finally, write one sentence on how that join type would affect a sign-in ticket.